And we are live.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You lie, sir. There's nothing about me that's alive.
You know what? Same. I don't know what it is this week, but like I am just exhausted the moment I wake up. I don't know what it is, but I just cannot shake this like tired feeling.
I'm kind of right there with you, but for me, it's because I'm covering 2 additional shifts all week at work this week. So I'm dead.
I don't
Yay,
have a
money.
reason for it, but I'm doing the same
Ooh,
thing.
sleep.
I'm told that it's because I'm losing stress now because, you know, hooray, I found a job. So
Yep.
Hooray.
I don't have that stress on me anymore. So now my body's trying to like acclimate to being normal. I'm like, can I just go back to being stressed? Because at least then I felt awake.
Releasing all the tension from that stress.
Yeah, it just
suddenly makes your body realize how much energy it was using holding on to that tension.
Yeah, and it just like I'm putting so much caffeine in my body and it's still not like shaking that. The only thing that works is when I get my gamer subs and I just hit that, like, you know, 2-3 hour spin from that, but then I just go right back to being exhausted afterwards. It's not fun. But yeah, so a little bit of a late start today, which is completely fine. We are
My fault.
all good. You know, real life before, you know, game. Zoro is not with us today. They are out on a flight, so everyone is going to have to do without the goblin tonight.
Damn it, we lost our tent.
You lost your tent. Yes, you lost the Potter
We
tent.
lost our encyclopedia is what we lost.
Who am I supposed to get to talk to skulls now?
I mean, I guess you're gonna just have to hold on to that skull until next week.
I mean, I can talk to them for you. They just won't talk back.
True. So, last time we left off, Nolani rejoined the group after getting a bit of surprising information on her journey to the Snow Mother. The rest of you learned about the unfortunate fate of the Celestial Realm, as well as a bit deeper information as to what exactly happened afterwards throughout the passing years. You also found out that, or you also learned that your good friend Scion has a bit of a tentacle face underneath that iron helm, as Scion consumed the brain of a dying Inquisition member.
It was worth it.
The Inquisition knows completely about you, knows what you've been up to, and knows what the plans are. As Kemek, after touching that obelisk, kind of merged with whatever being was communicating previously through it, giving them all of that creature's knowledge, but at the same time allowing this creature to learn everything that Kemek knows. After learning all of this and finding out that the Inquisition was outside the fallen catacombs that you were in, you were able to sneak out thanks to a temporary snowblind cloak given to Yuriko from the Snow Mother, to get you at least 48 hours away from those pursuing you. You made your way north into the Howling Forest, and due to a very unfortunate survival roll, ended up passing out in the snow-covered forest. Mia dying of exposure, almost becoming the meal of not only the group but of a lizard person who had found Mia and the rest of the group face down in the forest. The rest of you came back, huddled up in a corner covered in furs, finding Mia washed and brined on a kitchen counter with a bit of bargaining. You were able to convince the lizard person not to cook Mia, and instead they performed a ritual to bring Mia back. Mia, seeing as this is their third time passing over, took a bit of a hit once they came back through. Some temporary stat reductions until the next time they level up. But after Mia was raised and a quick bath to get the brining off and everything, you sat down for a nice meat stew with no Mia included. And you... Oh, I'm sorry. And this is where we're going to pick up, as you are now sitting across from this lizard person who doesn't really know what to make of you. Knew that she had to bring you in, knew that, you know, those of you who were still alive needed to be nursed back to health, but unsure about what exactly her stance is against her, seeing as how she was about to eat Mia. So she's a little bit of a ways away from the rest of the group at this dinner table in her cabin, just watching all of you silently, a little tense at the moment. So why were you wandering the forest in a snowstorm?
We had some pursuers we were trying to evade.
Did you evade them?
I kind of feel like we probably did, given that we're all alive at the moment, more or less. And, you know, passing out probably worked in our favor, since, you know, we didn't really observe which direction you took us after that.
Shame, I could have used more meat.
Well, I mean, if you see anybody trudging through the woods with an Inquisition badge on them, feel free to turn them into dinner.
What's an Inquisition badge?
A church thing. It's kind of like this, and she'll pull out a Lathander holy symbol. They'll be wearing one of these, but they'll be clad in armor, all of them probably in colors that are similar to each other.
And these are okay to eat?
Oh yes.
Not friends of yours?
Not friends of anyone.
I will keep that in mind. But where are you headed now that you are free of those who pursue you?
We are headed to my home, actually. I live in these woods as well.
I see. Where is your home?
Well, I'm not entirely sure where I am at the moment, but from where you probably found us, it would have been north.
North. Only place that I've found north is one with a dog.
That would probably be the one, yes. Little hut all by itself, tucked away.
Yes. That dog is very loud.
Well, 2 mouths will do that.
I didn't investigate very much. When I hear a loud dog, I suspect there is a louder individual with it.
It's probably a good assumption to make, yes. He is friendly, I assure you, unless, you try and encroach on his territory.
No, the times that I've been near it, he's made it very clear that I was not welcome.
Well, he does protect the place, especially when myself or my mother is not there. And he kind of fends for himself, so, he may have been out hunting when you came across him.
Never saw it, but I heard him.
Well, I will try to train him on your scent, perhaps, so you can maybe get a little bit closer next time without him getting hostile. You seem friendly enough, and I certainly owe you for saving us.
That is okay. Now that I know that that is your house, I have no need to approach it. I was merely approaching it thinking maybe it was abandoned and it was free to raid.
No. It's technically my mother's house. I think she built it, or her mother built. I'm not entirely sure. But she is a lot more protective over it than I am. So definitely try not to raid it.
You said 2 mouths.
Oh, yes. Mr. Crowley, he, I don't actually know what his type is referred to outside of the woods, but he's got 2 heads.
I see. Is there anything else special about your Mr. Crowley? Does he talk?
No, he's really just kind of a regular dog, but, 2 heads. And he slobbers a lot.
2 heads would do that.
Yes. I'm not actually sure where he comes from. My mother brought him home as a puppy, and, well, he just kind of grew up with us.
There are places in the forest where strange creatures call home. Large creatures as well.
Yes, there are certainly areas of this place that I do my best to avoid, despite living here.
How long has it been since you've been here?
Oh, how long have we known each other, guys? It's been several weeks. Month and a half, maybe, since I've been here. Maybe 2 months. I was traveling a bit before I met everyone here.
So you would possibly know to keep away from the ruins in the northwest.
I try to just avoid that entire part of the forest. I stick mostly to where my home is and kind of the border of the woods.
That is probably wise, seeing as how most of you are flesh covered. That sort of section of the woods would more than likely be a death sentence.
What's over there, now that you've piqued my interest?
Well, more of my kind. And then you've got the snake people. And then large monsters, I guess you can call them.
large monsters. The type of monsters that don't like to have a conversation first?
I've never tried to talk to them, but they are not normal, much like your Mr. Crowley. They are changed.
I see. Is there... Are they like changed versions of creatures that we might see normally roaming around, or are they all entirely unique in and of themselves?
Those I have seen have been, I guess you can call them mutations. Normal creatures that you would see in the forest, just with strange physical additions or abilities.
Have you
all-
ever seen a werewolf type creature, but it's got like heads for hands as well? Does that sort of thing ring a bell?
I have never seen something like that. Though, if a werewolf would wander too close to the ruins, who knows what would happen to it.
Interesting.
The snake people have an strange rock that changes things.
Now, these snake people, do you suppose they might be open to a conversation?
I don't know if they would be open to conversation, but I know they can talk.
It's
Though,
good to know.
be warned, some of them are a little more unhinged and bloodthirsty than others.
Thank you for the warning. That's certainly good to know. And not that I plan on, trudging in there and having a conversation with them, but you never know when you might need the assistance of an unlikely ally in the future.
From those I have encountered, they were less interested in allies and more interested in things to present to their rock.
I see. This rock, is it like a big rock, or is it something small that one of them carries around?
I have not gotten close enough to see. Only hearing about it in passing from a few snake people I happened to come across on one of my hunts. They believe it's a will of their god.
See.
Something to perfect them and others. Though if those twisted creatures that are now wandering the forest are their idea of perfection, it's only a matter of time before this entire forest is rampant with them.
And that is a problem.
Very much so.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for these snake people and their creatures. I would like to maybe do something about that problem, but we have several other problems on our plate at the moment. So one thing at a time.
So what is your plan after you go home?
I'm not really sure if we have one.
One step at a time, then.
Yeah, we didn't initially plan on even going to my home. We were in a bit of a situation after venturing out from one of the towns, and we were going to go back when a Inquisition problem presented itself. So we had to head north.
Well, in my opinion, we should keep heading north. There's something I'd like to retrieve from back home. It's fortunately not going to be easy to do.
Is this going to help us? Whatever this thing is?
Tremendously.
Well,
There's
perhaps.
a sword back in my hometown that should... It's been designed to harm that which we are fighting. That which is calling itself Lathander right now. I happen to find out this is not the first time this creature has tried to take over one of our civilizations.
You know about this creature?
Not much.
Well, do you know what it is? I mean, if the sword was designed to hurt it, then surely someone knows what it is.
Fortunately, that person's dead.
Oh. Do you know where they're buried?
I do, and that's what's troublesome. The clan I come from, the entire purpose, the reason they settled down, was to protect this tomb and keep people from entering it. And unfortunately, we need his sword, and I'm the last person they're going to want to let in there.
Let me guess, the sword is buried with him.
Yes. Now, I can access his burial chamber if I can get into his tomb, but my clan will not want to let us in. So convincing them is going to be a little difficult.
Is there any chance we can sneak in?
Possibly. It's not going to be easy, though. But once we enter the forest that's there, if you can call it that, it's, they don't like to go in there.
So, are you from the northern part of these woods, then?
No, I'm from across the chasm.
You mean the massive river of hot lava? You want us to cross that?
There's a land bridge that we use.
Is it guarded?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're looking to take the one in the forest, the snake people have it.
Oh.
Sounds like we're gonna have to deal with them then, because that's the only one I know of.
Azure Claw, you would know that there is another bridge across the bleeding chasm in Snowmelt that the miners use to go back and forth and to transfer any ore that they get from across the way in the Ashen Spire.
Might have other option.
Oh.
There is other bridge back in Snowmelt.
Or do we want to go back through a city where we might be found?
Is used by miners. Miners are not concerned with others.
And I assume you probably have some friends or acquaintances back in Snowmelt, Azure Claw, that you could, maybe... your face is very hard to read sometimes. The whole bird thing.
Ezra holds up one of the many gems he's carved. Person who taught me is from there.
So there will at least be potentially one ally that could give us some aid in Snowmelt.
Still have to explain what happened to Caravan. Problem for later.
Fair enough. So, I suppose if we are going to try to retrieve this sword, it sounds like the quicker but more dangerous path is to take the bridge through the Howling Forest, but I say that's going to be dangerous if those snake people are watching it.
You could
Or we could...
do the forest a favor, though. Take out this rock. Stop whatever they are doing before it spreads too much.
I do like the sounds of that. Don't particularly want these creatures spreading throughout my home, and you know, once the forest is full, they're going to be emerging from the woods. And that's going to be yet another problem. It will direct attention towards the forest.
Then Inquisition comes stomping through forest.
Exactly.
And then and this Inquisition sees the monsters in the forest, and if my experience with humans has taught me anything, they then burn the forest.
Inquisition
My
kill
experience
monsters.
as well. By any means necessary, unfortunately.
Inquisition kill most things, not Inquisition.
Very true. You wouldn't happen to know where these snake people call home? Like, do they have a central encampment or anything like that in the forest where this rock would likely be found?
The ruins. I know exactly where these ruins are, and if you were to want to take care of them, I can show you the way.
That would certainly be helpful. I suppose if we did that, there wouldn't really be any need to head to my home then. I don't know if we're in need of allies or in need of help. There is a small chance that my mother could help us, but I don't know if she would even be there. I haven't actually seen her in quite a while.
I can help. I would not send you on this mission alone and have you expect me to sit here and do nothing.
Well, I think that makes the decision easier for me, anyway. I don't know about the rest of you. This is a group decision. Whatever we do, whichever direction we go, I think we should all agree.
And if you choose not to go towards this temple, I will not think ill of any of you. I will not judge you. I will not be mad at you. It is asking you to take a very, very big risk.
Well, we're nothing if not risk takers. So far, anyway.
I'm fine either way, but I will warn you guys, if we do end up going back to my clan, they might not be very welcoming. They don't like outsiders.
And they don't like you either? What's the story there? Are they liable to, try and kill you if you show up? Or are they just kind of like, oh, ugh, not her again type of thing?
Could go either way. If I try to enter the tomb, they'll probably try to kill me.
I see.
They are waiting for confirmation that the soul that I carry, which soul is in control. And they'll take that as confirmation that his soul is in control.
You might have to elaborate on that a little bit.
She's gonna look at you funny for just a moment because this was knowledge she had as a child, and she assumes everyone knows it. So you kind of get that look like, what's snow? What are you talking about? You crazy? The twin soul. You know about. I had to explain this to Kimmick too, and they are a twin soul, so that was strange to me. Some people, when they're born, are born with two souls. Now it is believed that the soul at the time of birth is the one in control, while the other can influence the body. You can tell a twin soul because they have odd colored markings. Like I have two different sets of colors on my body. Kimmick has their splotches. That indicates that we carry two souls. Now, my clan does not like. With our markings, it's easier to identify another soul, as my destiny lines read very similar to his, and he is unfortunately someone they don't like very, very much.
Is there any way, perhaps, that you could trick them into thinking that one soul has become dominant?
I mean, if I go towards Koa's tomb, they're going to assume he's in control. And that will just confirm that he's been in control the entire time. Because like I said, at birth, that's when it's decided. They have until birth to fight over the body. That's what leaves the marks.
Well, it sounds like it could certainly complicate things. But they would perhaps tolerate your presence as long as you don't approach the tomb?
They'll tolerate it. For the most part. I mean, the last time I was there, someone tried to remove my markings. Forcefully.
Oh.
And she'll point to the burn marks she has along her shoulders, all the burn marks along her marks.
Well, that doesn't sound very pleasant.
It wasn't.
And you're sure that this sword will help? You're sure that the sword is even actually there?
According to the Snow Mother, it is.
And the Snow Mother has an interest in this blade?
Well, as I found out when I visited her, she's Koa's mother. Back when she was just a Goliath. And unfortunately, his reputation with the clan is rather dire. It's, God, what'd I write down? Hang on. Sorry. Add it up. He's known as Koa the Mad. In his time, he was Koa the Conqueror, but now he's the Mad.
I don't think either of those titles instill confidence.
He united a lot of Goliath clans under one, which is why he was a conqueror. Fortunately, over time, it was discovered that he had some less than ideal goals. He was attempting to become a Death Knight. And the Snow Mother revealed that the reasoning behind this was the god he was following, he was sworn to, turns out was the same one that's now posing as Lathander. And when he found this out, he was trying to defeat it, which is why his blade can harm it. But unfortunately, he needed more power, and that's why he turned to the undeath. So, the church came in and helped defeat him many years ago. Maybe why that god moved on to them, I don't know.
Many years ago. Do you know how many years ago?
I didn't put an exact time frame in my backstory, Rojan. Do you have a preference on how long ago?
How many years ago that this all happened?
Yeah.
This shortly happened after the Age of Continuance took place. Like Koa's death itself probably happened maybe 50-60 years ago.
She'll relay that 50-60 years ago.
Interesting. Well, I've got a lot of questions, but unfortunately, I think the church is the only one that can answer most of them. If this blade exists, if it's in that tomb, it does sound like we need to retrieve it if we hope to stand against this thing in any form.
According to what the Snow Mother told me, which, I'm inclined to believe it makes sense. He was trying to prep to defeat this thing himself. He just went about it the wrong way.
Well, usually trying to do anything by yourself is doing it the wrong way.
But his tomb, I don't know where exactly in the forest it's located, but you can tell you're in the right forest because it's a dead forest. Nothing grows there. Nothing lives in there. Usually if the clan sends people in to check on the tomb, they grow in groups of 2 or 3. No one enters alone.
So,
And as you can imagine, they never allowed me to enter.
Yes, I couldn't possibly see why. It sounds like this is indeed where we need to go and what we need to do. So, the decision I suppose we have to make is, do we track down the snake people's rock and rid the forest of that so we can cross the forest bridge? Or do we want to go the safer route and head to Snowmelt?
I'm not a fan of being seen by the people in Snowmelt and possibly reported back, so I say we go after the closer bridge.
What about everyone else? What do you guys think?
Either is fine. Would be good idea to get rid of magic stone, though. Or maybe stone is cursed.
Or maybe this stone is another twisted form of that pillar that we encountered.
I don't like to think about that.
They say it came from a prophet.
I like the sound of that even less.
I agree. That's
Sound like being trying to control things again.
Well, it sounds like 3 of us are on board for going after this rock. Scion, I did pay you a substantial amount of gold, so I can assume you're on our side with this as well, right?
He nods.
Good to know. And what what about you, Yuriko? What are your thoughts on all of this?
While they're discussing the whole going to Nalani's clan to be grave robbers, she's going to try and talk. I mean, you know, she's not afraid to call a spade a spade. It's grave robbing. She's going to try and talk to the Snow Mother, which she knows is going to be like probably, you know, not, but she doesn't care. How important is this sword thingy for getting rid of your enemy?
It would provide an advantage. Is it a guaranteed win? I wouldn't say that, but it was definitely something that wouldn't hurt.
Well, I guess if I die, I can look forward to what? Hunting in your fields for the rest of eternity?
What do you mean? We have no afterlife. So you are human. I don't know what humans do after they die, but when we die, we die.
Interesting. Definitely a different tale from what the clerics have to say.
Well, most of those clerics are human. Some, like Koa, come back and become twin souls, as Nolani was telling you. So, for the majority of us, when we die, we die.
I can see why your kind acts the way you do. So be it. If it'll help us have a better chance of surviving stupid, then. Thank you.
And thank you for doing all that you have done.
Well,
I knew I was right to bring you into my fold. Even though you do have your doubts.
again, I'm human. I've seen the bad side of a lot of things.
Try ascending and seeing a lot of bad sides of everything.
I'll have to take your word on that one. And then she's gonna just like snap back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Sorry, I had to.
I need everybody to roll dexterity saving throws for not hitting the ceiling.
If the Snow Mother thinks it's important, it'll help increase our odds of survival, then so be it.
Sounds like we're all in agreement then. We go after this rock, eliminate it, and then cross the bridge.
Very well. When will you all be ready to leave?
I think one more night of rest would probably do us all some much needed good, and then the sooner the better tomorrow.
Very well, I will spend tonight preparing.
Is there anything that we can do for you? I mean, you've already given us so much, and now you're gonna be accompanying us to what I can only assume is an incredible amount of danger.
Rest. I'm going to need to depend on all of you.
Leave. Not dependable.
Leave the preparation and gathering to me. You just take it easy and get as much sleep as you need.
I won't argue that.
And she walks over to like another room and pushes the door open. You may use this room to sleep. I'm sorry I had you all piled in the kitchen. You must understand it was for my convenience, just in case more of you passed.
It's understandable. In a place like this, you do what you need to survive. I appreciate you not eating me, but I wouldn't have held it against you if you did.
Well, you are lucky your friends awoke when they did. I was just about to begin to prepare you. Another 5 minutes and it would have been too late. I haven't met many bodies that can be resuscitated after the head has been removed.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to meet a body that's been resuscitated after the head's been removed. No. Thank you.
As you might, it's all been dead walking around.
Yeah.
She kind of nods and she walks over and she grabs a very heavy fur coat and throws it over her shoulders, and she walks out of the cabin and begins to like walk around it. You can hear another door opening and shutting outside. As she leaves all of you alone inside the house.
If there's nothing that anyone needs me for, I think I'm gonna do a bit of reading before going to bed. Aside from, feeling a little bit pickled, I do just genuinely kind of feel like shit after everything. So
That happens when die.
I'm beginning to learn that, yes, after several experiences.
Should stop dying.
I agree. I'm gonna go retire then. You know where I am if you need me.
All right, so are any of you doing anything tonight, or is it just collapsing and sleeping?
Given the accommodations aren't ideal, probably just sleeping outside of probably taking a watch at some point.
Okay.
Well, what do I know that? As sleep is probably gonna be a little difficult. She's not looking forward to going home.
Yeah, I'm presuming it's heavily forested.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what Yuriko would like to do, she's probably not going to be able to do for a while, but I want to start when we have some open space again. I want to start a clock to increase the range of my boomerang throw.
Oh, kind of doing a bit of strength training just to yeet it a bit farther.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely not something you can do in a heavily wooded forest. You're probably going to hit a tree every 10 feet. Okay. So the night passes without too much issues. Like every now and then, when you're on your watch, you hear random wildlife going, through the trees and making the generic wildlife noises that the forest makes, but nothing comes into view. Nothing seems to pose any sort of danger. Though it is a bit chilly outside, like to an uncomfortable level, not to the point to where it's gonna like cause any sort of harm, but but this is like something that if you fell asleep out here, you're probably gonna wake up and be Mia. But your night passes through. It's not really a comfortable sleep, as there aren't any beds or anything sort of laid out for you, but all in all, you get a long rest. And you wake up in the morning to a very quiet cabin. No fire warming the hearth itself. Nothing made on the table for breakfast or anything like that. It sounds like somebody is tying stirrups in a saddle to something outside.
I will quickly get dressed and kind of tiptoe to a window and take a peek out, see if it's our lizard friend getting ready to go.
And it is, and she's there strapping like a rather large harness to this, I guess you would call it enormous just because of like the creature it is, but this enormous chameleon.
I'll go around and wake up the people that haven't woken themselves up yet. Looks like we slept in a bit. Our friend is already pretty much ready to go, it seems. We should get our gear in order.
Get up and get ready and eat some sort of porridge stew-like thing out of my thermos.
The good old thermoses.
Then probably remember that. Oh no, Sion eats brains. Never mind. He doesn't eat food.
This is
Thought
true.
about for a moment to give him some, and I went, never mind.
Would the thermos produce brains for him?
Only one way to find out.
Well,
Who wants to volunteer
wouldn't
their thermos?
Wouldn't you have to have eaten the brains first, or at least seen it as a dish to be able to register that in the thermos?
To be fair, if he held the thermos and thought of brains, he's eaten multiple brains in his life.
Oh yeah, he'd have to do it. Oof.
And we did see him eat a brain. That kind of counts, right?
I don't want brains in my thermos.
I don't particularly want brains in my thermos either.
No. Sorry, Sion. You might have to, not.
You can have
Is
some
there a way
snake
I could
brains if it
Jedi
comes to
mind
that.
trick this shit? You did not see me eat a brain.
If you were a different type of class, maybe.
Okay.
But you're kind of the bulky hit with stick class, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
so your Jedi mind
can-
trick, your Jedi mind trick is pretty much smashing things over the head with a tower shield.
I was gonna say you can cause memory loss, but it's a little more personal at that point.
Raise the shield.
Honk. But as you all begin to file out. She nods to each of you and kind of like there's like a little side motion to a small prepared pack for each of you.
Take a look in the pack, see what's in there.
Travel rations, a couple healing potions, things to tide you over for the journey. And then she looks over to Scion. I took the opportunity to prepare more of that brain slurry for you. That way you don't go hungry.
He nods and says thank you.
It's an interesting looking mount you've got. I assume that's your ride.
It is my companion. This is Dozy.
Oh, interesting.
Another result of that rock. Though Dozy's temperament is thankfully different than most things that come in contact with that thing.
It seems that perhaps not everything that's changed by this rock is aggressive. At least not the way that the snake people probably are. I suppose that's not all bad.
No, it's not. Though, if you're going to find an aggressive thing or a more docile one, it's quite the gamble. And it's normally best to prepare for the worst.
Sound advice. We don't have any mounts or anything ourselves. We do have form of transportation, but I don't know how well it would do in the woods.
Oh, I am not riding Dozy. The saddle is merely to hold supplies.
Oh, I see.
And if your goblin friend would wish to ride in the saddle, they would be welcome to. I know those with the shorter legs have trouble in the snow.
They usually ride on Nalani's shoulders, but it would be nice to free up Nalani should we encounter any unexpected trouble.
It keeps them out of the line of fire a little more.
That as well.
The next couple days should be fine. But once we start getting deeper into the forest, I must ask you to follow my instructions and not stray too much from the rest. These snake people have been known to steal away humans.
It sounds like we should be quite observant as we move. Keep an eye on each other, make sure we're all together at all times. No wandering off by ourselves.
Buddy system.
Buddy system.
I'll
Alright.
give Kimmick a boost up onto the chameleon.
Okay. Are there any...
Like to watch the short person just...
Just give them uppies up onto the booster seat.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any questions or concerns before we head out?
I suppose we should probably talk about how we want to go about this, though, I mean, our plans never actually work out. But if this rock is hidden away in like an encampment of these snake people or something. I feel like going in sword swinging might be a bad idea. Depending on how many of them there are and how many creatures they have.
Until we see the encampment and can scout it, there's no reason to do any preemptive planning.
It's fair, yeah. We don't really know what we're dealing with. Not yet, anyway.
It's been a while since I've seen any of their numbers, so I'm afraid I can't even give a rough estimate on what they've had.
Not to make a precarious situation even worse, but I feel it prudent to mention to everyone that I am also not quite feeling myself at the moment. I mean, obviously I am missing parts of myself, but it's not what I'm referring to. Since coming back from the unfortunate incident yesterday, I'm feeling a bit lethargic.
If you
weaker than normal.
If you wish, you can ride Dozy as well.
I'm okay to walk. I just, if we get into trouble, I may be a bit reluctant to step in as much as I previously have.
Understood. If luck is in our favor, we should be fine for 2 days. Afterwards, everyone is going to need to be on their guard. We will slowly start coming into more and more of their numbers.
Are we to attack first and ask questions later, or can they be reasoned with? For those of us that are more inclined to reason with people.
I would opt to remain unseen if possible. But if it comes to the point where stealth is not an option, expect a fight.
And if we do have a fight, if maybe we could question one of them, keep one of them alive long enough to question, maybe we can get some valuable information.
And afterwards we burn the bodies. Even I won't eat that meat.
Yes, there are some things in the world that you just don't put in your mouth.
The cursed are spoiled.
Well, I think I'm actually ready to go. No, I'm not ready to go. I have abilities that I should be using at the start of every day.
I was just waiting for. I was like, are they gonna use the shield bullshit?
Absolutely. Though I have to recalculate it all since my stats and HP are different.
Yep. Since your stats are all messed up right now.
So I will be taking a few minutes right now to do that, but I will likely be using that ability and then a couple spell slots to heal myself back up.
Yep.
I'm going to take a few minutes to shift my Tear of the Snow Mother over to resist mode for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
Because I would like to be resistant to cold damage going forward.
Probably a good idea. And since you are
considering how this has gone so far,
and since you're technically resistant to cold damage now, you also are resistant to like negative weather effects of the cold.
Glorious.
I feel like Kamek is gleefully stuffing those health potions she got into her bag holding, as Zora would.
I need a picture of Kamek just shoving the health potions like into their mouth like a squirrel.
Yes. I think we need that picture for all of Zoro's characters because they all do it.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure Ash, outside of her dragon form, is stuffing potions in her jowls. I mean, I wouldn't
Dragon
put it
form,
past her.
absolutely.
I wouldn't put it past her to try. I'm just saying.
Concept of a chipmunk dragon scares me for
What
some
we
reason, but that's a
really-
different problem.
What we really need is a dragon form of Zoro on top of a horde of health potions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we need.
that's literally what her hoard is. It's just health potions.
Yep.
There's no gold. There's no swords. No treasure.
There's
It's
no
just,
other potions, only health.
It's just health potions and like maybe an alchemy kit here and there. But it's just health potions everywhere. As far as the
Gold
you saw-
devalues over health over time. Health potions do not.
Fair.
Health
The
potions do
economy
not have
collapses, I can still sell these.
health potions do not have diminishing returns.
Nope. It's like gold and silver.
Okay.
I use my ability, and then I used a first level spell slot and a second level spell slot to heal myself back up.
Alrighty.
What a waste.
I mean, when you're squishy, that overshield helps.
It would have saved my life at least once.
I was about to say, I don't think Mia's. Every time Mia's died, they have not had that overshield on.
Yep.
So.
I keep forgetting it's a thing, and I'm the one that made it.
I was gonna say, this is your class.
Yeah, there needs to be like a post-it note.
Okay.
That's great.
So the way that we are going to do this, as we are traveling through the forest, is we are going to do group survival rolls as you're technically being led through the safe zones of the forest by an NPC. So we are going to do a group check, and it's going to just be pass fail. All right, Yuriko.
Stay with Scout Leader, River Lizard Folk.
Over the river and through the woods, to me is house we go. Ick. That is not what I wanted to say. You said survival roll, right?
Survival, yep.
That is a big fat 8.
8. Oof.
Yep.
Mia.
16.
Nice. Nalani.
12.
Scion.
14.
I almost called you Deckard Bane again. Azure Claw.
18.
Kemek got a nat 20. Okay. So that is 5 successes. So you definitely pass the travel for the first 2 days. During this time, you don't really come across anything unnatural. To you, Mia, this is just another stroll through the woods. You see a couple wolves, you see a couple deer. At one point in time, you come across an elk just wandering through the forest itself. At night, you can hear the wildlife just running amok through the forest, almost as if, nothing is wrong. And then on the third day, there's a moment where you just seemingly cross a threshold, and the wildlife goes silent. And you can just feel the tension in the air. Even the air itself tastes I must ask all of you to mention anything you see, no matter how out of the ordinary, no matter how strange it may sound to say. Our very survival may depend on it.
Understood. Should magic be avoided, or will it be okay in this part of the forest?
Why would magic not be okay?
Well, closer to the towns, the cities, using magic kind of sends a pulse throughout the surrounding area.
I'm
I
aware.
don't.
I'm aware of these pulses, but it's my best guess this egg suppresses said pulses. None of my magic has seemingly set anything off.
Good to know.
Though, and she looks over to Nolani, you are going to need to take your goblin friend. It is time for Dozy to do their job.
Understood. Go take my gobby fent. Put him in the baby carrier.
And as you put Kemek into the baby carrier, she walks over and she undoes the harness and everything and slings it over her shoulder. And she whispers something to Dozy, and they just leap like into the air, and they hit a tree, and their body just completely camouflages itself, as you can only see it moving as it's like disturbing the branches and leaves itself. Dozy will scout ahead, hopefully giving us any forewarning anything big is coming our way.
It's a very useful ability that they've got.
Now tell me, is it all of you, or is it only this one? And she points over the scion that look like they're going to make a lot of noise.
I myself can be quiet, usually. I don't tend to have a problem with it.
Yuriko is wearing chainmail. So she is chinking.
I mean,
You
some days are better than others.
Hmm.
But I can't be quiet.
Reaches into the side saddle and she hands Scion, Nolani, and Yuriko like this small vial of black liquid. Apply that generously to your armors. Oh, it smells rank.
This is a tad bit awkward.
Can I pinky test it?
Are you gonna try to consume it?
No, but I want to know what it is. I'm presuming, like, if I just dip my pinky in it and touch my tongue, it won't kill me.
I mean, you most definitely can try.
That doesn't sound great.
You know, she was raised by blood. She was raised by blood hunters. So it's like, you know, what is this nonsense?
You dip your finger in there and you go to bring it to your tongue, and she grabs your wrist. I would highly suggest you do not eat it. It is extremely poisonous.
And you want me to cover it in my armor? What if I get a wound?
Once it's on your armor, the poison should dissipate, as it doesn't like the air. This is to silence the metals that you wear as you move. Though tasting it would not only be disgusting but deadly, as it's a combination of poisonous berries, displacer beast urine, and of those eye droppings.
That explains the smell.
Interesting. Alrighty. Well, she wipes her pinky on some of her chainmail, and then she does it is it a large vial?
Well, it's just a small vial.
A gourd.
No, it's just like a small vial. You just pour it on and lather up.
She looks at it she's like, I know I'm small, but that's a lot of. All right, whatever. So she just pours it onto the chainmail parts of her armor.
Good. So those of you who have any sort of armor, like those of you who are given the potion, the armor that you have, if it would like give you disadvantage on stealth checks because of how clunky and everything it is, it removes this.
So straight roll.
It's just a straight roll, yeah.
Perfect. Now,
It
this is a
smell like
temporary.
crap, literally.
You know,
but
yeah, I mean,
better.
it smells horrible, but you're quiet.
How long does this effect last?
24 hours.
24 hours. Okay.
Or until cleaned. Whatever comes first. All right, and I think here we are going to go ahead and take a quick break before we get into the dangerous parts of the exploration phase of tonight's episode. So stick with us, everyone. We're going to get up, stretch our legs, freshen up our drinks, so we will be back in about 5 minutes. Hey, we are back, I believe.
Hello.
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 I'm eating something.
All good. People need sustenance. It's one of the requirements of being human. You need to eat.
Unfortunately, sometimes.
Unfortunately. Okay. So
Like
you,
Scion and just get intake gray matter goulash.
hey,
Mm.
whatever works.
Be thankful it's not your gray matter goulash.
Yet.
So as
So
you
far.
So as you enter into this section of the forest, not only has it gone deathly quiet, but the temperature has increased sufficiently. As you see that the snow around, like the snow that had been falling normally through the forest as you've been traveling for the past 2 days, isn't even making it to the ground before it melts. The land itself covered in very lush green vegetation, almost as if you were looking at the forest in the peak of spring.
Is this another temporal rift?
No, not a rift. The stone seems to be able to manipulate the environment around it. The snake people like it warmer than what it is in the dead of winter. Unfortunately, we will be unable to use the snow as cover as we have been the past couple days.
I'm getting more and more curious to see this stone firsthand. And admittedly, if it's something that could be carried, I am thinking about taking it. I'm just gonna put that out there. But I feel like touching it is likely to be a very, very bad idea, and it's probably something quite large.
If
I
you
just
grab that stone, I will let her eat you.
that's fair. But I wanted to loop everyone in on where my mind is at the moment. Something this powerful.
I would
You shouldn't
also
lose it.
I would also highly suggest not touching this stone.
And yes, I'm sure it's a very, very bad idea, and there's going to be a multitude of reasons not to. But I am curious about how it works.
Well, if we are lucky enough to get to it, maybe we can find information on it.
I will settle for information.
Remember what happened when touched last stone, Nia?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't intend on touching it. But the thought did cross my mind. And I figured that I owe it to all of you to let you know when such a thought crosses my mind.
You've touched stones before.
I have. I've touched a few things recently that have put me in precarious situations. Not all of them turned out to be bad. One of them connected me with some sort of creature from a different planet. That was an interesting experience.
From a different planet.
Yes, I was confused about it as well.
This is most concerning. Do you make a habit of touching things you shouldn't?
I have a habit of being a very hands-on learner.
So that is a yes.
That's a yes.
I would happily ask that you not touch the stone.
Yes, from everything that we've learned and that you've told us, it seems like not touching it is a very wise move.
And what of the rest of you? Are you so inclined to touch the stone?
No.
I have no use for such a stone. Why would I touch it?
Curiosities.
No.
I've seen they get the best of people. Times. But we are wasting our time standing here talking. The sooner we get to this ruin, the sooner we can take care of this stone and these snake people, and you can have your bridge back.
Agreed.
Yes, let's go.
Very well. Again, follow my lead, do as I say, and we should be fine. Begins to lead you through the forest, and you travel for about an hour before Dozai comes like thundering back into a clearing, kind of chortling over to your companion and kind of gives a nod, and he runs off again and just camouflages into a large gathering of vegetation. Dozai has found 3 of them. A patrol.
Should we take cover?
They are a bit of a ways away from us. You were one thirsting for information.
The more information we have, the better.
Sounds like the perfect opportunity to ambush them. Capture one, kill the others. Maybe capture all 3. Well, they might have better information than the other.
What about the rest of you? I would know your thoughts before we go into this.
Capture, then maybe kill. Information is weapon.
Information is indeed a weapon. Are the 2 of you in the same mind? She looks over to Yuriko and Scion.
Well, if we capture them, we can solve his brain eating problem.
I'm very good at interrogation.
I would suggest caution if you go to consume one of their brains. Warped by that stone and madness, some of them are. It may not agree with you.
At the very least, he's a incentive for them to give us the information we want.
Maybe. Kind of nods and, okay, follow me.
Will follow as quietly as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So because you are following, I am going to need another group stealth check.
Yay.
Okay. Terrible.
Helps if I unmute myself. What role is that again?
Stealth.
Stealth.
Yep.
All right. That stupid goo didn't help. That is a 7. Woohoo!
Mia, what'd you get?
Chink, chink.
I rolled another 16.
Nalani?
15.
Scion.
20 for 21.
Nice. And Azure Claw.
12.
12. Okay. So you successfully sneak up on this patrol. So one of you, or if you want to coordinate your actions, can do a bit of a surprise round on them. Just give me a moment because I'm getting your tokens on the map here together. Then I will take you to a map. So you have the you've got the jump on these three. They have no idea that you're here.
If any of our group is going to make an attack, I would certainly like to coordinate something with them.
I do have a question.
Okay.
Are they considered humanoid?
Monstrosities.
Okay.
I mean, the goal is to capture, so grappling one would probably be a good idea. Unless someone else wants to do it, Nalani has no problem trying to grab one of these guys.
I mean, big giant man. Grappling, sure.
I feel like they might see us before we actually get in grapple range of them.
Sure.
I don't think that's going to prevent Nalani and Scion from trying.
That's fair. So I will revise my statement then. If somebody is going to make a ranged attack against them, I would like to coordinate something with them.
So I know do range. Unless you count their 10-foot reach, I have my...
If no ranged attacks are going to be made, then that's okay.
You're I'm for the life of me, I can't remember her name.
It was, I have it in my notes here. Dyzalez? Dyzalez?
Dysley, yeah. She looks back to, she was like, I have my bows and arrow. My bow and arrows, I should say.
Yuriko's technically ranged as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's our ranged options. Everyone else, all the rest of us punch things.
If somebody's going to make a ranged attack against one of them, I can just make that attack pack a bit more of a punch. Though I would have to get a little bit closer in order to do it.
I can cause a bit of confusion as well. And she
That's always good.
takes out an arrow that you see has like a small glass jar at the tip with like a few like thunder bugs crawling around inside.
How much closer do you need to be?
I just need a clear line of sight.
Oh
Shouldn't
no,
be.
she was talking to
Oh, okay.
I'd have to get like 20, 25 feet closer. But confusion sounds like a great idea. Disorient them a bit.
I mean, if need be, I can technically move someone if they're willing.
Would we... We obviously don't, I assume, really know anything about these creatures. Would it be a safe assumption on our part, do you think, that these things are probably resistant in some way to poisons? I mean, snakes usually are, right?
Usually.
Depending, yeah.
It's the thing that I have, the spell that I have that does additional damage to a creature that's hit, and then also creatures around it, is poison damage. So it may actually not be very useful in this scenario.
Let me bring up the images as well of the creatures you're going against here.
That one's so
Oh.
dapper,
Right?
looking over his shoulder.
Are these of the yawn variety?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so I was
These
like, he's
are
wearing some
Yuantis.
sort of jewelry over his face.
Yeah, it's a pitmaster. That one, he's got like a more humanoid body, but like the right half of the right half is nothing but like snake tendrils and whatnot coming down to like snake heads, or multiple like snake bodies and then heads for an arm.
That's hot.
How well does Mia know the concept of a Yanti?
Probably not well enough to know like specifics of their resistances and stuff. I imagine she probably knows of a Yanti, but not that much detail. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to hold off on this ability of mine. Confusion sounds like a great start.
And she nods like, then get in position, and the signal to go will be to once the crack happens. So I'll let you guys go ahead and position yourselves, your movement speed on the map.
10, 25, 30.
From the...
You can't see me from right here, right?
Top age.
So you're letting us put ourselves in our ambush spot first?
Yes, like pretty much she's waiting for you to get in position, and then she's gonna fire off the confusion, or the little spark arrow that she's got.
Oh, is this a ledge right in here?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
How far of a... Can we tell how far a drop it is?
15 feet.
How tall is this bush thingy right here?
It's a bush. I mean, if you were to climb into it, it would provide cover.
All right, and then Yuriko's gonna go there. Since currently my range is garbage.
So you got a giant boomerang.
Hey, it's aerodynamic.
But it weighs a ton.
It's mostly hollow.
I mean, if anything, it's good for tinder.
It's made out of bone.
Yeah, it's made from a demon bone, demon bird bone. So it's hollow-ish. It's just
All the-
filled with evil.
I guess initiative is a thing that you need too.
Yeah, I brought up the
All the
initiative
better
track
to
for you
give
guys
concussions
to
with.
get your initiatives in order for the the start of the official combat round. Damn, she is just rolling like fire tonight.
I mean, we like that as long as she keeps rolling like fire, not the enemies.
I am so worried because I'm rolling these 20s and fucking.
They're gonna turn to ones eventually.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I'm fucking waiting for it. Sorry.
The soundboard?
No, that's my roommate.
Oh,
He's really
Oh.
mad right now.
somebody's getting salty because of Valorant.
No, Dark Souls.
Oh.
You must be playing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. All
I
is
was gonna say
forgiven.
League, but-
All is forgiven. All is forgiven. We've
I was
all
gonna
been
say
there.
League, but yeah.
All right. And you know what? It'd probably be good if I rolled initiative for these fools as well.
They can say initiative 0. That's fine.
Yeah, but then they all go at once.
Yeah. I don't want the pain train to all show up on the same initiative.
Oh, they all have the same. They all have the same dexterity. Interesting.
Azure Claw rolled pie.
Hmm?
Super high.
You rolled pie. 3.1.
Oh, I thought you said hi, and I'm like, what?
No, pie.
what I
No,
thought
that's what
too.
happens. That's what happens when I stick an initiative right there.
Yep. Okay. So once you're all in position, she knocks the arrow and fires it and into this area right here. And as she does, there's like a loud, like a thunderous crash and then a brief flash, pretty much sending out like a small like flashbang arrow into the area. So these three are going to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws. All right, so 2 are stunned until the end of their next turn.
Dang.
They get the little whirly gigs out here. So those 2 are stunned until the end of their turn. The other gentlemen made their Constitution save, so they are fine. So they kicking things off. Your lizard friend is take a 5-foot step here and fire a basic arrow at that individual. And here come the bad rolls, as that is a huge miss. The Mind Whisperer cannot do anything as they are stunned, which they will recover from at the end of their turn. But Mia, it is your turn.
I'm realizing now that all of my spells just kill people. I don't really have anything for incapacitating people.
They should be able to take a bit of a hit, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to accidentally nat 20 a bottle to their head, you know?
Why? I
You know
mean,
what?
come on, you already did it with one character.
I mean, if one of them dies, it's just incentive for the other 2 to give up.
Look at it this way. At least, you know, nobody's gonna have a video recording of it this time.
That's fair.
True.
I think instead I'm going to use this round to set up to bolster my allies. I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Avara's Tetrahedron, so that familiar tetrahedron shape begins to orbit my head. Unfortunately, I can't actually give it to anyone until next turn. So I think I will use my action, because that was a leveled spell bonus action, so I can do cantrip action. Is that guy within range? 5, 10. Okay, this guy right here is in range.
Okay.
My cantrip, my connection cantrip. So he needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. That is going to be an intelligence saving throw of 13.
13. That is going to fail. And we are... What level are we? We're level 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I get to learn 2 things about him. Your choice what things I learn. And in return, he learns that I am resistant to radiant damage. That's really the only thing that I have that he can learn.
Okay. And you learn that they are immune to both the damage condition and the condition of poison.
Poison. Okay, so that was the right call not to use the ability.
They are all around immune to poison. Well, that one is at least.
Okay. I don't want to draw too much attention to myself at the moment, so I won't yell that out to my allies this round, but I'll let everyone know next round. And that's all I can do. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. Deckard Bane, you're up.
All right. So my plan is basically to go up behind this guy and grapple his ass.
Which one?
If it'll let me do it with that guy.
Okay.
Okay, so 25 movement speed here.
This guy's just getting picked on.
I know, right? And just grapple him.
Okay. So this is going to be a contested strength here.
Yep.
You don't even have to roll.
Are you serious?
I rolled a nat 1, so 4.
Nat 20 at Zangief his ass into the floor.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because even if you I think even if you roll a 1, your strength is higher than his, so.
Oh, if I roll a 1, it's just, what is it? I'm at 19, so it's a +4.
Yeah, so you would get a 5 and he would get a 4. It would look really clumsy, but you would be holding on to him.
Well, let's just say I grappled him.
Yeah.
Like, yay. That's all I can do
Okay.
for right now.
Nalani.
So I'm going to move to here. I'm going to attempt to do the same to this guy, or grapple him.
Okay.
I got him in the back, you got him in the front. All right.
All right, strength check here, or strength contest, I should say.
Straight strength, or is it athletics?
It's straight strength.
Okay.
But since this is your attack, you can also add your proficiency modifier.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, so he got a dirty 20.
I can math. I got an 18 plus 7.
Jesus. Okay, 25. So you wrestle him into a grapple as well.
Yep.
And he's up. Let's see, what can he do? Ooh. Okay. So as you've got him grappled, you begin to hear his bones like twist and pop as he like sort of like slithers out of your grapple as he transforms into he polymorphs down into a medium-sized snake. And as he's on the ground, he just makes a bite attack.
What a dick.
At your leg. Actually, he's gonna make 2 bite attacks. My bad.
All right.
The first one's gonna be a 13.
Nope.
Second one is going to be an 11, so those are 2 misses. And then he's going to go and he's going to slither back this way. And as he is leaving your threat range, you do get an attack of opportunity.
So, yeah, I'm marking him down to him with to him with the glaive. What is my attack? The glaive is at +8, so that's going to be a 21.
A 21
Yep.
will most definitely hit him.
Or 14 slashing.
Oof. Okay. So you're gonna take a little chunk out of him as he slithers on away.
Yep. That I need sitting on this character.
This one can't do anything because of the concussion arrow, so we go to Yuriko.
I remembered to unmute. All right, so I see this guy like snakeify and then slither over this way.
Yep.
All right. Can I see the snake clearly over this bush?
Yep.
All right. So bonus action hex strength is the debilitation, and let's see. Because I don't want to get bit. I'm going to go here and chuckity my boomerang at his candy ass. Thank you. It's a good roll. I think that's my second roll above a 10 all night. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
A 22 will most definitely hit.
Alrighty.
Because it's a snake.
Well, no. I want to do. Can I do concussive damage with a thrown weapon? Like I want to knock it, because the plan is to capture them, so I don't want to kill it. I want to knock it out.
Oh, so you're trying to make this sort of like a non-lethal thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blunt weapon. You can do that. You can angle the throw to like not severely bonkify it, but still get enough force into it.
I know if I was holding on to it, I can do that. That's a definite rule. I just wasn't sure if I throw the blunt object, does it still hold true?
So I'm thinking as like a house rule, like if you're going to pull a punch, I think it should do about half the damage it would normally do, because you're not trying to put your full weight into a blow, so it's not gonna, you're not gonna do 100 some odd damage to somebody if you're gonna try to like pull the punch to at least be non-lethal.
I'm pretty sure that was the official rule out of 3.5 as well.
Yeah,
subdual was half damage.
I have a rule in my game: if you hit somebody with the flat of your weapon, your damage die is decreased by 1.
Yeah, so we can do half damage for this. So like whatever you roll, just half it, since you're pulling your punch.
Alrighty, so that's gonna be a total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage because I have 8 total.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's from the damage. The hex is have it. I can't have the hex because it's
You
magic.
can't have the hex. Yes, the hex is going to do full damage.
And that's going to be 6 points of force. Or,
Okay.
I'm sorry, necrotic.
Right. Still up.
Right. I don't have multiple attack yet, so that's all I can do right now.
Okay. Azure Claw.
Okay. I can hit something if Scion's holding on to it, right?
Yeah, you actually get advantage for it.
Beautiful. Yeah, time to soften this thing up. And the blade for now is going to be... Yeah, that's fun. Lightning damage.
Okay. Oh, before you roll, I want to say because it is lightning damage, some of it will transfer over to
Oh, shit.
Scion. So if you want to change the damage.
Yeah, let's do cold.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not do that to Scion. Thinking about this.
Conductive energy. Not to mention Scion is in full plate.
Yeah. Let's not turn the boy into a lightning rod. That is a... that's a number. Minus that plus 2. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Okay. And I'm going to spend a superiority die and crack maneuvering attack, and Milani can move up to half her movement for free right now.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going after the one that's running because it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, right?
Nope. You can do whatever you want with that.
We'll go there.
Okay.
Sorry, it has been a hot minute since I've had warrior.
I probably should have gone after the other one, but oh well.
Yeah, so I get one of those, 2 of those, plus that. Okay. $14, $15, $16, $17, $19, $20, $21 damage.
Nice.
How's he looking after the first swing?
It looked like it hurt
that was
him.
Non-lethal.
It looked
Or,
like
no, sorry, that was lethal.
It looked like it hurt him,
him,
but it looks like he can take a bit more.
Does he look like he could take that again comfortably? That's, I guess,
Yes.
the question.
Yes.
Okay.
He can.
And we're-
It looks like he can easily take another 21 points of damage and still be standing.
Then we're gonna do that whole thing again. Does a 16 hit?
Let me check. A 16 does indeed hit.
And Lonnie, you can have half movement again because that's another superiority die.
Alright, that'll bring me right up on him.
Jesus.
Hey, this is what I do.
And these guys
bullshit.
technically can't take reactions yet because it's not their turn. So they're still technically stunned.
18, 19, and another 20 points.
Okay. It's looking a little rougher now.
Now Cyan can do things to him.
All right. Guy is gonna knock another arrow and send it flying at the gentleman across from her. She can't hit anything right now. Just and getting great survival rolls, great stealth checks and everything in combat, just whiff after whiff.
It's okay. She gave us a good start with that concussion arrow.
She, as you see her like kind of just like curse to herself in or like the lizard folk language, and she stows the bull away and she pulls out a spear, and then she uses her movement to hop down. The gentleman that is currently being beaten up on here by two people. All right. So this guy, like, as Scion's got him grappled, he's gonna try to make a bite attack onto Scion.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna ask if that hits you because I know better than that.
What did you roll?
I rolled 9.
Okay.
It sucks because I wanted to have it use its ability here. It has an ability the first time it hits somebody with a melee attack on its turn, it can deal an additional 3d10 psychic damage to someone. But a 9 ain't gonna bite through the tin can.
I feel you. I swallowed a multitude of my players on Saturday with gibbering mouthers.
Oh god, I love them. I love them.
No, it's the Pathfinder version.
Yeah.
They're way worse.
They're the 3/5 mouthers, aren't they?
Pretty much, yeah. The bite reaction, persistent bleed, engulf with a piercing attack.
Yep.
Yeah, they're horrible. I love them.
So since the bite didn't work, it's kind of wiggles out of your grasp as it turns into a snake, and then slithers away there, giving both Scion and Azure Claw attacks of opportunity if they wish.
Yes, please, because it's a dick. Jesus, what is up with these rolls? Fucking, I'll do it. That'll be a natural 20 to hit for.
Ow, but yes.
Jeez.
For 28.
Jesus Christ. That's double its armor class.
What is my thing?
Is this a lethal or non-lethal attack?
Oh, this is straight up lethal to hell. Alright, give me a sec here. Where's my
Scion doesn't strike me as the type that goes for anything non-lethal.
I mean,
Yeah.
Scion's lived his entire life with the concept of if they die, I can eat the brain and get what I want anyways.
They have to be alive to eat
That's
the brain.
fair.
Listen, twitching on the ground, bleeding out still counts as
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, Illithid 5-second roll. If you just killed it, it's still, there.
Ignore that. I was just checking something.
Yep.
And erosion is 16 to hit from me.
16 will hit from you.
And I'm gonna be that guy because Sentinel will go off with this.
Oh god. Okay, well,
So even if he does survive,
he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't go anywhere.
So my spear is what? 1d6 plus. I can't see the plus.
It's plus your strength. Yeah, 1d6 plus 4. But you brutal it because you guys are past level 5, so that's instantly 10 damage, and then you roll the 1d6 plus 4 on top of that.
So that'll also be another 9.
So 19 damage.
piercing?
So a total of 19. Very nice.
Yeah.
And that is another 23 from me.
Is that lethal or non-lethal?
That is going to be non-lethal, so halved for 12, 11.
Okay.
It's fire, so as much as that can be non-lethal, but flat of the fiery blade to the back of the head.
All right, so I will... Okay, so I don't think you can be non-lethal with fire.
No.
There's no way to be non-lethal
so
with
that's
fire.
23 fire.
Yeah.
The fire go first, and then the rest of the damage be
Or
non-lethal.
cold, sorry, but the point is, you can't non-lethal elemental in this case.
No, you can't.
The damage isn't.
It's
isn't
elemental
physical
damage.
damage. It's elemental damage.
Yeah. So no,
Okay.
23 cold. Sorry.
Okay, so
it counts as magic. It's lethal all the time.
he will die, and his body remains of that of a snake.
Oh, true polymorph.
Move him
I wonder
from
if I can bite the head off.
Mia.
I'm going to start by just taking a step forward to here. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to expend one of the tetrahedron charges. We're going to go with a positive effect to Nalani. So if you want to roll a d4, that'll determine what you get.
Yeah. Use D4. That is a 3.
3. Ooh, so that's going to give you +3 to attack rolls for the next 2 rounds.
Ow.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be 2 rounds, or if I use it on somebody else before then the previous effect dissipates.
Yep.
And I will use my action. The other guy, that one there, he hasn't been hit by anything, right?
He has not.
Okay. I want
Dice
to see
shot 2 arrows at him, but missed horribly twice.
if I can prevent him from going anywhere here. I'm going to target him with my grip spell, the horse killer spell. And that is going to be a
The
con
horse killer
save.
spell. A con save, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and do whatever you're gonna do because that's a natural 1 for 2.
Oh, these guys are not doing great.
They're
on these
worse than
saves.
they're worse than the giants.
They're getting there, yeah. I mean, they haven't thrown their own weapon off a cliff yet, but they're getting there. So that's gonna be 14 necrotic damage.
Ow.
But the important part is their movement speed is reduced to 0 until the end of their next turn.
Damn.
And that's all I will do.
Okay. Very nice. Scion.
Are you muted? You muted.
Yes, I am. I was like, oh, hi. I completely forgot it was my turn again. And then all I hear is, you're muted. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, when in doubt, grapple it out. So I'm going to go with this guy and grapple him.
Okay.
And what do we get? 23.
19. So he's in your hug.
Oh, I love hugging. That's all I can do.
Okay. Nalani.
I'm gonna look down at the snake, because he's still snake, right? Yeah.
Yep. Still snake.
That's in front of me. Hoping he can understand me as I'm gonna look down, I'm gonna look at him and be like, don't want to end up the same pace as your friend over there. I suggest you quit running.
Are you using an action to intimidate?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation roll. Because it can understand what you're saying.
That's gonna be a 17.
It got an 11. So it as much as a snake can nod, it kind of like gives you a knowing, yeah, okay, type thing. Kind of letting you know it's not going to run anymore.
Alright.
And on its turn, it transforms back up to its humanoid form. And that's all it can do. This one here, though, it kind of raises its like snake covered arm at Scion and goes to make a is it a bite attack? I think it's a bite attack. Yeah, it's gonna make a bite attack with its arm.
Okay.
You know what?
How about no?
So many cool things these guys can do.
Is one of them roll sticks?
No, he rolled a 5 this time for 10 against somebody in full plate. I mean, okay,
So many
so
cool things they can do, but we haven't seen it yet.
so after that horrible display of melee prowess happens, begins to whisper in a in more of like a draconic language.
Speaking personal tongue.
It's speaking parcel tongue. And I'm going to need each of you to give me Constitution saving throws.
All of us?
Do that.
All of you.
Oh wow, that's a mighty loud whisper.
It's speaking sweet nothings to me. I'll take that.
I think that's a good roll. Because I have proficiency with Constitution saves. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, you're good. Mia,
14.
you're good. Milani,
Natural 20 for a 23.
I hate you guys. Scion,
24.
Azure Claw.
Question: the luck feature on my sword, can I use that on anything?
Yes, you can, as long as you have the blade equipped.
Nat 20 for a total of 25.
Jesus.
I should just have all of these
today.
things just have a heart attack and die.
What cool things? Cool things
What
they do.
what about our lizard friend?
It only targeted the 5 of you. It has a max targeting of 5. Pretty much, if that would have succeeded, you would have all been put into a magical sleep for 10 minutes.
Oh, that would have been bad.
That would have been real bad.
Where's
Yeah.
the elf?
The one time somebody isn't immune to magical sleep and you all
right?
succeed. Life just hates me today. Yuriko, you're up.
Alrighty. So Nalani looks like she has this thing taken care of, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it has disadvantage on strength checks. So if they have a strength contest, yada yada.
That's why it's been failing.
And is Scion grappling
Yeah.
this guy?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Crap. Let me see. Can yeah, sure. So I'm gonna come over here. Actually, I can do 30. So I'm gonna come over here, and then I'm pretty much just gonna, as I'm running down, I'm just gonna like swing towards its belly, and just like give it like a non-lethal gut check.
Just gut check it. Okay.
Yep. Plus 7. That is 23.
That hits.
Half of
You
this.
do have advantage on that as well because he's being held. So you do have an advantage on that.
All right, let's see if I can get crit fish. Nope, other roll was higher. Another 4 points total of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Not your go. Add your claw.
I am going to run over here, flip swords, and start dealing non-lethal.
Okay.
Is he grappled?
Yes, he is.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That's going to hit.
I'm helping.
Max damage. Look at that. So that is 25 to 12.
12 points.
That's after having.
Yep.
And second one. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That is going to hit.
And that is 23.
So another 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Die is up. Gonna run up to this guy, and she's just gonna full on like thrust her spear at this guy, like deadly intent.
Why do I even?
That's going to hurt. That's going to hit. She's gonna do 12 points of damage to him. She looks at the rest of you. This one cannot live. They call monsters.
Oh, he's a summoner. All right, cool.
As she says that, he kind of looks at her and just has like this wide mouth grin on his face. Mia.
He's taken a couple hits at this point, right?
Yeah. He's looking pretty banged up.
I think I don't really want to use another spell slot here, but I don't think I have a choice. 'Cause I don't really have anything ranged other than that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hit him with another grip. I will upcast it to 2nd level. So that needs to be another con save from him.
That's going to be a con save of 11.
11, that will fail. So it's 3d12 this time since it was upcast.
Jesus Christ.
It could have been so much better, but that will be 16 necrotic damage. And that was my action. I don't think Nalani needs that +3 to her attack rolls anymore since that other guy's handled. So I'm gonna try and shift the effect with my bonus action of the tetrahedron over to the guy I just attacked. But he does get to try to resist it.
Okay.
With a charisma save.
Let's see. Charisma save of, oh wow, look at that, 8.
8, that's gonna fail. So
They've got a +5 to their charisma save.
Ooh, that's unexpected.
We found your giants.
Yeah.
No, these are
Yeah.
worse than the giants.
So if you want to roll a d4, that's the negative effect that happens to him.
That will be a 1.
A 1, so he has -1 to his AC for 2 rounds.
Jesus. Okay.
And I'll stay put.
Scion, you've got this dude grappled.
I do got this dude grappled. That's correct. How's he looking though?
In pain, surrounded by multiple heavy armed people and being pretty much a hug of death from a giant walking can.
What do I need to do to eat his brain?
Well, your helmet's on,
Well, that I know, yes.
so you would have to break the grapple to take your helmet off first,
Yeah.
and then you would have to try another grapple, and then afterwards you would have to make an attack with like the beak in your mouth against his head. Pretty much the killing blow has to be you sinking it in.
I think I will do that. So let's see here how I'm gonna do this in this order.
Okay, so removing your helm is an action.
Yes, that I know. Even with action surge, it'd just be 2. I still gotta grapple him again.
Well, you're a level 6 fighter, right?
Yeah.
Should have extra attack at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Grapples are counted as
An attack.
actions.
Yep. So you can
okay.
you can grapple him to get the little head tentacles on there, and you can make another attack with your beak, which
Then
is
I can do
just a straight up strength attack.
Okay, so I will remove my helmet,
Okay.
go into action surge, try to do a grapple check before I do a an attack with my beak. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I need to do another grapple check here.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Okay. that'll
Did you
be
get
another-
more than a 4?
Yes. Definitely got more than a 4.
These poor Yantis.
So I'll just go ahead and attack with my beak.
Okay. So this is going to be a strength roll.
Okay.
Using your proficiency, because you would be proficient with, beaking things.
Yeah, we're gonna be the beaks. All right, and oh God, that's like 6 in a row. I'm gonna take it. I love you, die. Okay, so that's another not 20 for 24.
Okay, give me a second because I'm trying to find out what the beak attack for an illithid is normally.
2d6 plus strength damage.
Are their beaks that hard?
I imagine they're like an octopus.
I mean,
No,
which is pretty
no,
hard.
no. The beak attack of a mind flare or
Oh.
extract brain is 10d10 piercing damage.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I'll take that.
that's kind of like
Though-
using a
though-
can
okay.
opener.
Though you cannot use it right now because they have to be incapacitated.
Okay.
They are only grappled, so you can't bite them with your beak.
I still have a
But you
beak
can
attack,
physically
though.
crush them.
You can physically crush them.
You know what? Okay, so do I just crush them?
Bear hug.
Okay.
It'd be
Yeah,
a-
you've got them grappled. Just squeeze.
Just squeeze, exactly.
Okay.
And in this
Treat it like a
case,
tube of
in
toothpaste.
this case, it would be him making a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me 2d6 damage plus strength.
Okay. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? Trying to roll a d20? No, don't do that.
You know what? Roll a d20. Put him out of his misery.
He's already having a bad day.
Right. All right. Let's see here. We've got that is a 6 and a 5 plus 4. I don't know how to math. 14.
14 damage?
Yes.
Ow. But he's still up. Though you can hear that he's just lost a couple ribs from that.
Hold on. That was
Sion out
one,
here
two,
treating Yonties like the whack and run unwrap
five,
oranges.
2 or 3. I'm confused here. Hold on. No, I have 2 because we're low level. That's right.
Nalani.
I'm not seeing if there's a point to tying this guy, because he can polymorph into a freaking snake. And I don't know how many times he can do that, so...
He's kind of, you see that he's sort of just standing there in like in a non-imposing stance, as if like
Hold his
he's
hand.
already given up.
Okay.
As he kind of looks at you and looks over at the rest of the group and just shakes his head. This is not the life I chose. You are doing a kindness.
Are you not born as you are now?
Nobody is born like this.
Then why'd you try to run?
I thought it's my chance to get away from the other two. Away from the whispers. Away from the mistress. All right. And as you're having that conversation, the individual here, I'm gonna make a Constitution saving throw here because of the cracked ribs. Okay, that actually works. He can still function. He can still function. So the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna try another bite attack against Sion here. No. 13 isn't gonna hit.
No.
He's gonna reach it, like lean his head back, and he just like lets his mouth go wide as it lets out like a series of guttural shrieks and hisses as it echoes out through the forest.
Oh man.
And as he does that, his body falls limp. Yuriko,
Sorry about that.
as he's now dead.
Oh, I thought he was gonna kiss me.
Ooh.
Don't
I wanted to kill him since I got the all clear because he's a bad guy. Well, they're all bad guys, but
I think you just called for more bad guys.
all right, let's see. I guess.
Technically, you're out of combat now.
Oh, we are?
Because the other one gave up. And he like, as this is happening, he seems to be talking to Nalani.
All right. I want to search the human-looking dude, snake guy.
Then doesn't really have anything on him aside
No belt
from
pouches.
no belt
Okay.
pouches, anything. Doesn't seem to be carrying any sort of gear aside from that snake arm.
Wait, the snake arm is a gear?
No, like he isn't carrying anything on him, but he's got that like misshapen snake arm.
Okay.
As that sound that he made like echoes out, Milani, the auntie that you are speaking to, it's like a wide-eyed look of terror in its face. We need to run, and we need to run now. Whatever is on its way will overpower us all.
Yeah, somewhere we can hide from it.
Maybe. Do you trust me?
Trust is going a bit far, but if you help us, we'll do our best to help you.
In that case, follow me. And he kind of begins to run off to the right, like going through like a very thick wall of vegetation, leading you down into a path into like a small burrow where he just like hunkers himself down in the back and just waits.
And real quick, while Nalani was talking to him, would I have had time to just give a quick boot to the face of the snake guy that was dead? This one here.
Yeah.
Just to try and break his fangs off so I could toss them in my bag and take them with.
Make a survival roll at disadvantage since you're just kicking him in the face.
Yep, I'm not looking for a clean break or anything. Just anything will do here. Disadvantage is gonna be an 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
Nah, you don't really get much out of it.
Unfortunate. Okay. Don't have time to mess around with it, so I'll just leave it.
Okay.
Yep, more follow the guy.
Are the rest of you following?
Yes.
Assuming that whatever's coming for us would kill him too.
Well, yeah.
Give me a second because I'm finding the thing that's coming. Forget which Toma Beasts it's in.
Got 3 to choose from now.
It's either in 1 or 2. I know that. I might be wrong. Wow. All right, we're just going to do it this way then. There it is. So as you all follow this individual off to the right and through the burrow and everything, those of you who are curious may climb up back through a portion of the foliage in order to get a look at this creature that's beginning to thunder through the area.
I think my stealth is good enough that I could probably stay hidden.
Yep, I was going to say anyone who is going to do that, go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage.
It's a dirty 20.
You're good?
An 18.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, Nolani's staying put.
I'm staying put.
Okay. What about Scion?
That's a 17.
Okay, you all three are good. As coming through the forest, just breaking down trees, is this twisted draconic amalgamation carrying more heads on a body than you have ever seen. As it comes tearing through this like the jungle-like landscape, and it just picks up the two bodies in its mouth, swallowing them whole, and looking around for just a moment before all the heads just look up in the sky and let out a bellowing roar with enough force to shake the trees and leaves, and just waits and looks around, seeing if anything begins to flee. And the main head gives just a deep huff as it takes to the sky and flies back from where it came.
That is terrifying.
What in the Tiamat fuzzy hell?
As what you have just encountered is a Dracahydra.
I want to keep it.
No thanks.
I want no part of that thing.
What do you think the chances are it would willingly give me one of its eyes?
It has plenty, right?
I mean, there's 7 heads there. I mean, you choose.
Just have to convince one of them.
Yeah, it's got 14 eyes. It's like, come on, all of you don't need 2.
Come on, don't be greedy. As the Dracahydra flies off, the Yuanti with you calms down a bit and looks back to Nolani. Another poor cursed being. It was lured by the power of that thing.
The stone.
Egg. This egg laid by their prophets, their priestess, the one they call the godmother. It misshapes any and all who touch it. If you're lucky, you turn out like me or the others.
And the unlucky?
They're lost. Their minds filled only with destruction and desire of blood. I have only been like this for 2 days. The transformation is not fully complete, but I feel myself slipping more and more into her whispers every day.
Where can we find her? This has to stop.
Deep in the ruins, there's a chamber that they've hollowed out for her, where she guards her egg. sacrifices are brought to her, forced to embrace the egg itself. Those like me are welcome into their ranks. Those unfortunate to be cursed with, well, you saw it, are just loosed upon the forests. They're siege engines, creating wanton destruction. They're pitmasters, the ones with the arm of a snake. They can call them at will. I cannot remain like this. If you plan on assaulting this ruin, make sure that your minds are strong. Or even the uninitiated hear her whispers of and promises of power and glory. And if you find your way through all of this alive, reaches down into a back and he pulls out a small amulet inlaid with a diamond in the center. He hands it to Nalani. Find my son Miles in Stillwood and give him this.
And who do I tell him it came from?
He will know what it means. Now, as I have given you as much information as possible, I ask that you end my life, end the suffering. This is not a life I wanted for myself.
Do you know how many are guarding her and her egg?
Their numbers are uncountable. The guard change from day to day. Though, once you get within a good 500 feet of the egg chamber itself, none are allowed in there but her. There are various passageways you may gain access without many knowing. But a full-on frontal assault is surely suicide.
Can you point us towards any of these passageways?
I've never been down any of them myself. I simply know of them due to my connection with the others.
Look around. Anyone else have anything they'd like to ask?
Do you have any idea how we might destroy this egg?
I do not. I would assume that, like any other egg, you would destroy.
And your, I suppose not your, but this prophet, priestess, is she serpentine like yourself?
Worse. She's giant. She has the upper body of a human woman and the bottom half of a snake. she's able to coil the entire room with her size.
Oh, my. I think that's going to be quite useful to us. Thank you.
If no one else speaks up, Nolly will do as he requested and end his suffering.
Okay. Do you do it in a bloody way or do you do it in a honorable way?
But my brain.
More honorable, just because he gave us the information willingly.
Okay.
He kept his word.
He kept his word. He did indeed. And as you sort of like just sink a dagger into his heart and just let him pass on through to the other side, that is where we are going to end for tonight. So you guys have a bit of work cut out for you in this raiding of a Yonti temple.
I blame the DM.
I mean, that. I mean, the blame lies squarely on me. But if hey, I roll as poorly as I did tonight with the fight later on, this is a cakewalk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if the rest of these guys roll like these ones did, then it's gonna be no work at all.
I'm like, you know what? 3 of these guys is good for a good rating for this group. They all do some some cool things that will be dangerous if somebody tries to solo them or whatnot.
Nope.
I rolled one thing above a 16, and that was for a Constitution save for him to call the Dracohydra. Everything else was just crap.
I understand that pain. Some days they're just like that.
Yeah, just some days. And it wasn't just them. It was Dai as well. She wasn't hitting anything. Like combat came around and the dice just decided, yeah, nah, we're not gonna work today.
What combat? We don't want combat.
But sometimes you get lucky and you catch the bumbling troop of guards instead of the elites.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, that is going to do it for us tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time here, this is not the only show that we do on this upcoming Saturday. I believe we have an episode of Wayward Wanderers. Not Wayward Wanderers, Withered Wastes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yep, that was the plan. So we will have an episode of Withered Wastes for everybody to enjoy. It's going to be a doozy, as some things are going to be revealed that are going to be fun. And then on our alternating Saturday show is Wayward Wanderers, which is our Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign run by Azarin. On our oncoming Monday, we have another episode of Tricorn Isles, which is DM'd by me. And once everything gets back in rotation and settled, it will be going to an alternating Monday schedule, or the other Monday will be a show for Mass Effect Horizons, which is our 5th edition Mass Effect mod that Zora runs us through. And then we will be back here on Tuesday for another episode of Destiny Forge, hopefully with the full house. So the raid on the temple is going to be interesting, to say the least. Also, if you came in late or if you want to catch up on previous episodes, all of that stuff is over on our YouTube channel. All of the shows that we do here through our regular schedule, past campaigns, past one-shots, past holiday specials, everything can be found over there. But for now, we are going to head on out. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in, and we will catch you on Saturday.
I'm waving.
Same.